Betty, when I get home today, let's talk a bit.
What about? Something happened.
No, it's not that serious. You know we're married, right? Don't you think it's better to discuss things about the future and money in advance?
Oh, that's what you mean. You surprised me by suddenly bringing up a talk. That's not like you, Aaron.
My mom said it's important to plan finances. I definitely agree.
So your mother-in-law said it. I thought it was unusual for you, Aaron, to say something serious. You're usually so nonchalant.
Got scolded. How much income and savings we currently have and how much we want to save for our old age. We should discuss up front.
I thought we roughly knew each other's income and it could be done later. Your mother-in-law would say that. She's so organized.
Too serious. Logical and perfectionist, isn't she? I think it's easier to live if we're a little more casual.
There's some truth in that, but your mother-in-law is right.
What do you think, Betty, about my mom? I think you've only met her 2 or 3 times.
Personally, I find your mother-in-law a bit scary. There's this tension in the air around her. I might just not be used to her yet, but it makes me nervous.
She's a weird one. Obsessed with weird things.
She seems to be quite particular. She doesn't like high tech, right? She said she doesn't have a PC or tablet at home.
That's right. It's risky these days. She only recently agreed to have a smartphone.
It seems that there are still quite a few people like that. Speaking of which, I exchanged line IDs with her, but haven't contacted her yet.
You don't have to. Don't force yourself to get involved. My parents live so far away that we rarely meet.
Doesn't that make you feel lonely? Is that okay?
My mom doesn't mind. She's basically bad at staying in touch. I don't contact her often either.
But I agree with her that we should talk about money. It's going to cost a lot in the future, and financial planning. There are things we should decide.
First, we need to save. By the way, Betty, haven't you been saving since you started working? How much do you have now?
My savings. Since we're married now, I guess I can tell you. Actually, I have $70,000 in my account right now.
$70,000? Did you save that much? I thought you had at most $21,000.
There was a time when saving was like a hobby for me. Plus, right after I joined the company, the performance was good and I got a lot of bonuses. I guess I was lucky to save up.
Still, $70,000 is amazing. Most people can't save up to that. With 2 incomes, couldn't we reach $700,000 pretty quickly?
I wonder. $700,000 might be quite challenging.
I think you, Betty, could do it.
$700,000 might be impossible, but I'll keep trying to save money. Of course, Aaron, you should help too, right?
Leave it to me. With Betty around, we can save money quickly and be secure in the future. Thanks for marrying me.
What is that? But having money is the best source of security, isn't it? Let's keep saving little by little.
What should I do? Betty, my mom might not make it.
What? What happened?
It seems my mom has been hospitalized.
No way. Why?
She found a disease. She won't survive unless she undergoes surgery.
Then she needs to have surgery right away.
It's not that simple.
Why? If she can be saved by surgery, shouldn't she hurry?
Apparently, the treatment costs a lot of money. My mom can't afford it.
Then how about we help her out? Let's do what we can to help her.
But the surgery and future treatment seem to cost more than $60,000. We don't have that kind of money to spare.
Doesn't the insurance cover it?
It seems that it's not covered by insurance. To save my mom, we have to use the latest medical technology. But that means it will be out of pocket.
But your mother's life is at stake, isn't it? This is not the time to be hesitant. Let's give her the money.
We've just had a big expense for the wedding, right? We were talking about moving at the beginning of next year, weren't we? We don't have that much savings, do we?
I understand. It's okay. Then I'll put out my savings. $70,000 should be enough for now, right?
Are you sure? It's money you, Betty, have been saving since you were single. Besides, you don't like my mom that much, do you?
But we can't abandon her. If I do nothing and your mother passes away, I'll regret it for the rest of my life. If there's hope for her to survive, let's bet everything on it.
You are such a cool woman. Thank you. I'll deliver the money. Can you go to the bank and withdraw $70,000?
Okay. But I'm worried. Should I try to contact your mother?
Please don't. I want her to focus on her treatment for a while. I'll go see her, so Betty, you don't have to do anything.
But isn't it better to contact at times like this? I feel it's wrong to pretend I don't know anything.
Actually, it's hard to say this, but my mom hates Betty.
What, really?
She doesn't want to be involved as much as possible. If you contact her, it might make her feel worse, so please don't. She needs to rest both physically and mentally now.
So that's how it was. Was I that disliked by your mother?
Sorry to talk about this when you're even offering money.
Well, it's okay. It can't be helped if she hates me.
But I'll make sure to tell her that the money is from Betty. I'm sure my mother will come to like you, Betty. She'll contact you eventually, so please wait until then.
I will. Are you going to your mother's place tomorrow?
Yeah, it's a 3-day weekend.
Okay, take care. I hope your mother gets better.
Is this Betty's contact? This is Aaron's mother.
Mother-in-law? It's me, Betty.
I'm sorry I didn't contact you until now, even though I got your contact. I was learning how to use a smartphone from a young kid in the neighborhood. Once I learned various things, it was fun, and I started using Line.
Is that so? You're quick at typing, and you've mastered it.
Once I started training, I got faster and faster. I'm sorry for not keeping in touch. As a survival report, I'll be in touch from time to time from now on.
Thank you. Mother-in-law, how is your health? Are you doing well?
That's good.
I've been worried. I was told by my husband to wait for contact from you, so I refrained from contacting you.
Aaron did? Why would he do that?
I was disliked by you, wasn't I? I heard that you didn't want to be involved.
Why would you think that? Did Aaron say that?
It's okay. I'm really happy to have received contact from you today. And it seems that your health has recovered, so I'm really glad. I was always worried.
Betty, were you worried about me?
Because if you didn't have surgery, you wouldn't have survived, right? I was really worried when I heard from my husband that you were sick. If I could save your life, $70,000 is cheap.
$70,000. Did you give money to cure my disease, Betty?
Didn't you hear from my husband? I paid for your treatment. I'm glad I was able to help you with my savings.
I see. Betty, listen carefully. You should divorce my son.
What? Why? Did I do something?
You are making a big misunderstanding. This marriage was a mistake.
The money I gave to you was saved bit by bit when I was single. Despite all that, won't you accept me as your daughter-in-law? Isn't that too cold?
That's not it. It's not because I'm dissatisfied with you that I'm telling you to break up.
Then why?
I'm telling you for your sake. It seems my son has done something terrible.
Something terrible?
I'm really sorry, Betty. But it's okay. I'll definitely make him pay.
Hey, are you still upset? You seems to have been in a bad mood since last night. Did I do something?
Why don't you think about it with your hand on your heart?
I have no idea. Are you still going to be in a bad mood when I get home? It's depressing to go home.
Then let me be clear. Where did you put my $70,000?
What? I thought it was for Mom's treatment. You going senile?
Oh, really? Even though your mother-in-law isn't sick? What treatment did you use it for?
Huh? You talk to Mom.
I got a line from your mother-in-law today.
Line? That tech-hating mother? She can't even handle a smartphone.
She said she learned how to use a smartphone from a high school girl in her neighborhood. It seems she's totally used to digital now. I also asked about the illness, but the story didn't match at all.
Oh.
And she said she wasn't sick? What does that mean?
Well, there's a reason for this.
What's the reason?
It was to save an acquaintance.
Save?
You know my cousin Tom, right? He was in debt, so I had no choice but to lend him some money.
Then why didn't you say so from the beginning?
I thought you'd object if I said I'd take over the debt. I'm sorry.
Huh. So you're lying about something so trivial now.
It's not a lie.
Just wait. I'll let your mother-in-law take over now.
Why, Mom? Her home is far away.
Your mother-in-law arrived here past noon today.
Huh? Mom's here?
Aaron, it's your mother. You've done something outrageous, haven't you?
Mom, it's not like that. It was to help Tom.
You helped him because he was in debt?
That's right. It was to help others.
Really? I just saw Tom. He didn't say a word about that, did he?
You met?
I went to see him as soon as I arrived here. I thought Tom might know something about the $70,000.
What the? You came all the way from the country for that?
I came to scold you in person, and to apologize to Betty face to face. I thought Tom might have some information.
But you didn't have to come all the way.
Considering what you've done, it's only natural. I heard from Tom. You got into horse racing last year and lost big?
No, not that I lost, but...
Did you squander the $70,000 on horse racing? You exploited me and swindled money from Betty. Are you a beast?
I was planning to double it and give it back. I didn't bet all $70,000 at once.
So how much is left?
There's none left. I kept losing, unfortunately.
How pathetic.
I didn't think I'd lose it all. I thought I could give back a little, but it didn't work at all. I couldn't bring myself to tell Betty the truth.
I told you to think about the future and money when you get married. Yet you did such a stupid thing.
Because Betty said she had $70,000 in her account. I'd want to use it if he heard that, right?
That's money Betty worked hard to save. It's not your play money.
But if she told me it's our money, Betty's good at saving, so I thought it would be okay.
Betty trusted you and opened up about her savings? And you betrayed her right away. You're the worst person.
So, I'll apologize to Betty now, so please switch.
For the record, I advised Betty to divorce you.
Huh? Don't do things on your own.
It's only natural.
It's okay. Betty can save up another $70,000 in no time.
Are you serious? I can't watch this anymore. It's my responsibility that you've become such a good-for-nothing.
I got it. I'll pay the money back.
How do you plan to pay it back?
I'll sell my car and my collection of watches.
That's not enough. Even if you have to borrow money, pay Betty back.
Yes.
I'll let Betty take over again. Apologize. Make sure you apologize, okay?
It's Betty.
Betty, I messed up. I'll give the money back. Please forgive me.
Huh? There's no way I'm going to forgive you. It's not enough to just pay back the money.
So, what should I do?
You're just apologizing reluctantly because your mother-in-law told you to. It's obvious you're not remorseful. This scum.
I am remorseful. Then tell me what I should do.
Are you snapping back? Can you still act like that even after seeing your mother-in-law's tears?
Tears? Is Mom crying?
She's sobbing next to me right now. I feel sorry for your mother-in-law. You betrayed and hurt not just me, right?
No way. That strong-willed mom shouldn't cry. I've never seen her cry. She's a woman who didn't even cry when my father died.
That mother-in-law is crying her face out. What you did is that bad. You still don't get it.
I didn't think I'd hurt her that much. I'm really sorry.
Ah. Your mother-in-law said she no longer has a son. It seems like she's planning to sever the parent-child relationship.
Wait, Mom. I'll pay the money back properly. Don't say things like severing the relationship.
She said she doesn't want to listen anymore. Don't show your face again, she said.
Betty, I'm really sorry. I was stupid. I've been messed up since I got hooked on horse racing. I'll change my heart. Please forgive me.
No way. I can't trust you ever again. Trust is like savings, you build it up. But this time, my trust balance in you has gone not just to zero, but negative. If you want to be trusted again, you have to build it up bit by bit.
Then I'll work hard to be trusted again. Give me time.
Impossible. I threw away the entire account where I was building trust in you. I can't make any more trust savings. Please divorce me after you bring the negative balance to zero. After that, Aaron sold all his personal belongings that were likely to make money, including cars and all his favorite watches. He borrowed the money he lacked and returned a total of $70,000 to me. As far as I'm concerned, as long as the money comes back, I don't care about him anymore. We haven't had any contact since the divorce. However, it seems that it's not that easy for real parents and children. Aaron is said to be still begging his mother-in-law for forgiveness. Perhaps even Aaron couldn't bear the idea of severing the parent-child relationship. But to be forgiven by his mother-in-law, a lot of time and effort are needed. I think Aaron should drag this regret for the rest of his life. It's a fitting end for a person who exploits his own flesh and blood and swindles money.